Hello and welcome back to another episode. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys a super delicious version of a baklava. Guys, nothing is so delicious and tempting like a warm, crispy, tender piece of fresh baklava. And this one is the SOS version, so super fast and easy to make. Let's get to work. Like always, I'm going to leave the entire recipe in the description box down below. For this recipe, you're going to need one package of yufka, a very thin layer of dough. For the syrup, you're going to need sugar, water, rose water. You're also going to need lemon slices and saffron that you dissolved in water. You're also going to need some cardamom and rosebuds. This is going to make your syrup taste wonderful. You're also going to need butter and a mix of different nuts. I have here my favorites, pistachios. Leave them like they are. Then we're going to need pecans, walnuts, and some cashews because they make the baklava taste super chewy. You're also going to need some cardamom and some pistachios for the garnish. Guys, let's get to work. We have what we need. So the first step is to put our pot on the stove, a little bit higher heat, add the water, and then add the sugar right away. That's the first step. And then let it just simmer slowly, and once in a while just mix it around so that nothing sticks. Next, it's time to chop our nuts. You can chop all of them as small as you like them, but the pistachios I love to just leave like they are because pistachios are very expensive. Everybody loves them, everybody knows them, and if you get a big chunk or a whole one in your baklava piece, it just feels amazing. I love it. So just leave them and then watch your guests being super happy having those big pistachios in their baklava. The rest you can chop as you like. I like to not chop the nuts too small because I like the crunch. So mine look like this now. Meanwhile, we always have an eye on our syrup. We stir well, we put the heat a little bit down, and then we just add the rest of the ingredients once the liquid looks like this. So first we're going to slowly add our lemon slices, and then we're going to also add the rose water, the rosebuds, and the cardamom. The saffron we're going to add later because we don't want to heat up the saffron too much. Let your syrup now simmer for about 5 more minutes, and then we're going to add the saffron and take it from the stove. Meanwhile, we're going to melt the butter in another stove very slowly, not too fast, we don't want to burn it. I'm adding my cold saffron. Look at this beautiful color. I just love it because it has a very specific nice flavor and nice fragrance and makes the entire baklava experience just a little bit even more special than it is. In the next step, we're going to take our oven dish and then place in the yufka to see if it fits nicely. Otherwise, you need to cut it. And then just fit in the slices like those sheets, one after another. We really want to make it fit nicely so it looks later evenly. It takes a little while, but then you're just going to layer one after the other. So I have always 1.5 folds, hence I try to alternate it. That's very important that we have the same amount of layers on each side. This time I wanted to have a lot of pieces, hence I took an oven sheet that is larger for the amount of ingredients that I had. If you want to have thicker pieces, then you just need to take a smaller pan. That's up to you. So these baklavas will turn out a little bit thinner, like not too high and not too like big, but that is up to you. I wanted to have smaller pieces, more of them, so you can just eat more. Or better said, just portion size better. I think it's very important. Baklava is a very delicious, amazing recipe. I love it, but it's very rich. So in order to be able to indulge in this kind of food all of the year, all the time, you need to have your own strategy how you actually will balance. And my way here is to take the best butter, all of the syrup, and all the nuts that needed in order to make a delicious original recipe. But I kind of like create them a little thinner so that you have less calories in one piece. Now we put some butter on the yufka and we put all the nuts and the cardamom. Filling is done. Like, this is so fast, guys. I love this recipe. It's kind of like our favorite way of doing it, Mom and I. Like, it's just like super, super fast. It's much faster than layering every sheet and then putting some sort of butter on it and then putting in nuts and then taking another sheet of yufka, which you usually would do. You would do it layer by layer. But this now is just like you have a bunch of yufka in the bottom, which gonna turn out crispy and delicious. And then you're gonna put your filling in and then you're gonna just put another bunch of layer on top. That is just super fast and at least gives you 40 to 50 minute time extra, which is amazing. Hence the emergency baklava. This is how I call it. When you don't have time to bake these kind of things, you just do this recipe and you perfectly set up for success. Next is time to cut the dough. It's very important to have a very sharp knife. I prefer a small knife because it's easier to handle. So I took my little chubby friend here. Very, very good knife. And then you're going to hold the part like shown in the video. Like one part you're going to hold and the other part you're going to cut slowly through the dough because we don't want to damage it. It is very, very thin, and to have a nice crust, we need to be very, very careful when we cut it. So I started with these diagonal lines and then I cut it 4 straight lines so that we have these amazing shapes later on, this typical baklava shape. Once we're done with cutting, it's time for the warm butter. Make sure you cover all the entire space. It's very important that every layer is kind of like wet, and then also go into the corners with a spoon so that we definitely have covered every little piece of dough. Once you did that, you're gonna bake your baklava for about 25 to 30 minutes on 180 degrees depending on your oven. I preheated it on 200 and this is how it looks. And guys, I can't explain how it smells. Super, super, super delicious. And listen. Once you put your baklava on a stable place, it's time to right there while it's sizzling, pour the entire syrup on top of the beautiful baklava you just took out of your oven. Guys, this is so sensational kind of thing. I mean, you listen this little sizzling sound and then you add this delicious smelling saffron, cardamom, rose, syrup. This is just really something. I think baklava is one of the most magical foods there you can make. Just very cool. I love it. Make sure every corner is kind of covered with this delicious syrup and then just let it sit and cool down. Meanwhile, you can decorate your baklava with this little tiny green pistachio pieces.
ببینین این چقدر خوشاب و رنگه بچه ها. خیلی هم خوشبو، خوش عطر. اینو با چای میخورم حتما.
And Mom shared one of her little hacks. You can use these lemon slices with saffron and sugar and put it into your teacup. It just tastes super, super delicious with this slight smell of rose and cardamom. It's definitely an enrichment. Try it out and let us know what you think in the comment section. Once your baklava is cooled down and kind of like soaked, we are talking about 1 hour, at least 30 minutes. It's time to cut again through the edges so that we kind of like ensure that all the cuts are separate so that we have nice pieces to take out of the oven dish. Otherwise it will break down. So be very gentle here. As you can see, the layers are very thin and actually very crispy, so we don't want them to break. And this is how it looks. You can see all the layers, you can see the filling, and it's a perfect portion size. Guys, I can't wait to try this. This looks just epic and so fast to make. Mom, let's try it out. Guys, hello. Today we have delicious, super fast baklava. Hello, Mama.
هلو، سلام به باقلاواخورای حرفه‌ای. خیلی جاتون خالیه. در عرض حدوداً 1 ساعت این باقلاوا رو میشه تهیه کرد.
So less than an hour you need for this delicious baklava. And it has a couple hacks to it. So first of all, you are going to take the big pistachios, if you have them. Just leave them whole. Also, you're going to put some pecans because they're super delicious. And you're going to put also some delicious cashews because this combination will melt in your mouth. Mama?
خیلی خیلی بادوماش خوردنیه.
Okay, let's go.
دستت درد نکنه.
I'm going to try. اینجوری من تو دستم هم دارم.
منم مثل که باید این کارو بکنم.
We're going to take it in our hand. Oh my god, I can hear the crunch already. Ready, Mama? 1 2 3 به سلامتی. Cheers. What a crunch.
جاتون خالی. ترد و خوشمزه.
Super delicious.
این مزه پسته های درسته که میاد زیر دندونت، یعنی کیف میکنی.
I love the crunch. من صداشو دوست دارم. Listen. Guys,
دستت درد نکنه.
you should do. Everyone can make this recipe. همه میتونن این baklava رو درست کنن.
همه. واقعا همه.
Nobody needs to have any baking skills. اصلا نباید آشپزی بلد باشی.
اصلا.
It's just super easy to make, super fast, very beautiful, and you're gonna love the taste. Very fresh, not too sweet, good buttery, and very, very, very nice crisp. Enjoy.
حتما این برنامه رو ببینید، ضبط بکنید که از یادتون نره، چون واقعا سر 1 ساعت همه چیز حاضره.
Merci, Mama. Have a good night, day. Enjoy your beautiful baklava. Bye.
Cheers.
Guys, thank you so much for watching the video till the end. Do not forget to hit the like button, to hit the subscribe button, and to come back next week on Friday, maybe Saturday, or even Sunday, maybe all of them, because I'm gonna upload another amazing recipe video. Stay tuned. Isn't it wonderful that we all have more than enough to eat every day on our plates? Yes, it is. But unfortunately, this is not the truth for many kids on this planet. For less than 70 cents a day, you can share a meal with Share a Meal. Actually, 3 meals with 1 child. So let's make a difference. I'm gonna leave a link down below. You can follow it. It's so easy to share a meal. I'm so grateful that you helped me to make a difference. Thank you.